This week in the world of news from books, beards, and brews. All right, as always, I am Bob of Tales by Bob.
I'm the Ask the Podcast, Derek.
I am creative consultant, Tanya.
And she found a creative way to get drunk before the podcast today.
Hey, someone has to be on brand around here.
She is currently intoxicated.
It was great. They had Pies and Pints has Grand Mimosas on draft and Grand Mimosa in a bottle, real good. But Grand Mimosa on draft, so much better.
Yeah,
so much better. And Derek, they had this. It was by Ace. Pumpkin cider.
You sent me a snap. Do you not remember this?
Nope.
Okay. Because you were like, look at this basic shit. And I was like, hell yeah.
It's so good. It smells like Hobby Lobby and tastes like Thanksgiving.
I was about to say, also Hobby Lobby.
No. It tastes like crisp Thanksgiving air. I was real drunk when I was drinking it already, so maybe it doesn't taste like air, but it tastes like crisp Thanksgiving. It smells like Hobby Lobby.
It's pumpkin spice beer, basically.
Yeah.
That
cider.
sounds amazing to me.
It's pumpkin cider. I
It
tried it.
was so
Sounds
good.
like
It was not bad.
the greatest thing I've ever heard
I
of
had
in
a
the last
handful
5
of
minutes.
Grand Mimosas, and then I was just sitting there looking at the case. I was like, holy shit.
That stuff is so
that
sweet.
pumpkin?
How did you drink that much of it?
You just open up your mouth and put
I've-
it in your throat.
I've had Ace before. I've had their pineapple cider, and it was pretty good.
That was next to this pumpkin, and
Yeah.
then there was Black Widow cider, and I was curious about that, but I got distracted by the pumpkin, and that's just where we were, and then I ordered more kettle chips.
Which is always the correct choice, because kettle chips is best chips.
They were great.
I don't know about all that now. But
I like wedges more than chips, honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, always.
Wedgies.
Yeah, wedgies, tots, fries will always beat a chip. Any sort of fried side chip or potato that's not a chip will trump any chip.
Because it's more potato-y.
Yeah, the more potato.
What is the best fried potato thing?
Wedges. Steak fries wedges.
Ooh.
Curly fries.
Curly fries are up there. Good waffle fries are. But really, I think I'm gonna go tots.
I could see you.
I keep going back to tots.
Tots and tots with like some Tony's.
Shasheries.
Little shash.
Tony Kacheries.
Yeah, Tony Chatcheries.
How's that word supposed to be said?
I don't know. What
I think it's Tony Shasheries. I think is how you actually.
I don't know.
say
I think it's Kacheries.
No, I think it's Shasheries. It's French or it's Acadian. So
I don't know. All I know is that shit tastes good.
yeah,
So what were we even doing today?
the
What
news.
We're
We're
news.
tackling the news.
Beep.
Gotcha.
That's what they just heard.
Yeah.
It's the last new as, breaking news, last news.
Well, we'll go into that. We'll go into that at the end.
Oop, broke them news.
But yes, this is going to be the last news episode.
Wah,
We'll go more into that at the end. But so let's dive right in.
I would just like to point out that I did already break the news, and it was that Tanya was drunk. So I've done my part.
That's the real news. All right. So this headline is, "Let me off this ride."
Related.
So it's the summer of seltzer, right? The White Claws.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Well, everyone is getting in on this,
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you?
including
Is it what I hope this is, Bob?
PBR,
No, not what I was thinking.
Natty Light,
Yikes.
Not what I was thinking.
and Four Loko.
That's where I was thinking.
All four of them are doing hard seltzers.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I have read a review. I think Business Insider actually got a bunch of people together.
Well, no, Bob's. They're seltzers, not ciders.
Oh.
Derek, he went to this thing that they cook steak for the neighborhood to get together, and they all like share this big long communal grill, and they share sides, and you come to cook your steak. I'm like, Bob, it's a meet and greet, and he looked at me like he could have killed me, but I was like, bitch, that is a literal meet and greet. They put name tags on.
Don't let him hate.
It actually is really cool. At where my mom lives, at the community center there, once a month they do a deal where you pay $4 and they provide the baked potato, salad, and dessert. And
What was the dessert?
Cheesecake bites.
Nice.
And then they have a 10-foot communal grill that they have ready. And when the coals are ready, they'll be like, all right, coals are ready, and everyone just brings their steaks and cooks them.
That's pretty
Solid.
solid.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
If you'd have just added D&D to after that, then
Right.
we'd have been there.
Yeah.
Why are we not making that, turning that like burn pit barbecue thing, turn that into a long ass grill?
I think I'm going to do that. Like after seeing
Love
this,
it.
I really like that
love
idea,
it.
that concept. Like everyone wears like name tags, so you can like meet your neighbors, kind of deal.
While
So-
you meet your neighbors.
But
That
yeah.
sounds sexual.
So anyway,
Whoops.
so Business Insider,
Okay.
Business Insultser, got a bunch of folks together to try all these new
Seltzers.
ones. Well, they did. The PBR is not out yet, and I don't guess the Four Loko is either. But they did try the Natural Light, and it was the worst rated, I think. out of
Shocked.
all of them. White Claw was best because Claw is the law. But
I think of the ones I've had, that's been the one I enjoyed the most, I think.
yeah, no,
I like the Trulies, but only like the berry flavored ones. I'm
Let's-
not a big fan of the citrus
most
ones.
of them aren't strong. The flavor's not strong enough.
Well, yeah,
Like,
but also if like White Claw grapefruit or whatever it is okay. Truly grapefruit is awful.
I don't drink the grapefruit ones because I don't want the
awful.
yeah.
citrus.
Well, you get those sampler packs, and
Yeah,
those
and it
are
comes
crapshoot.
with them. That was the
You
thing.
got some grapefruits in there,
Yeah.
and ugh.
If I could get one that was just all the lemons, I would have been just fucking set. But they
Oh yeah,
didn't
you
have
are
that.
a lemon guy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Lemon face, ooh, lime face,
I always thought they were saying lion face.
lime.
Yeah,
I guess I don't know.
I thought they were.
I
Saying,
thought
No,
it was
actually,
lemon and lime.
I'm pretty sure it's
I think-
lion
I
face.
think it is lion face. It's lemon face because you scrunch up, and then
'Cause-
lion face is like rawr, like
Oh,
lion.
I
Because-
thought it was lemons and limes, like Sprite. Lemon.
Well, because think about it, because lime is also sour.
Yeah,
so
it'd
it
be
would
the
be a
same
similar face.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yes, Derek, you're right. Moving on, back to the
All right.
inside.
The only time I've ever had lime is when I've had tequila, and I'm normally doing like a face rather than a
What about when
face.
you have like Coke?
Lime?
Yeah, you put the lime in the Coke, you know.
Ugh.
Oh, I got a joke. I got a quick joke for you. So when I was younger, I had sex with an almond tree. That's when I realized I was fucking nuts.
Then and
Oh.
only then did he realize he was
Okay.
fucking nuts.
All right. So next headline is "The World Who Loved Stephen King."
Everyone, all of us.
Yeah. Well, so a while back, like '99, he wrote a book called "The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon," and I've read it. It's good. It's one of his shorter books, but it's about a 9-year-old girl gets lost in the woods,
Oh my.
and she's lost for days, and she starts hallucinating. When she hallucinates that she's talking to Tom Gordon, the baseball player.
Oh, okay.
As to kind of get her through. Well, so Sanibel Films, the production company of late horror legend George A. Romero, who I didn't know was dead.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to
he's
say.
Been
Oh, I just don't.
Children, he's been dead.
I don't pay attention
I
to
didn't
it.
know.
I don't
I
like.
didn't know.
Oh.
I missed that. Well, so, and his former wife, Chris Romero, announced Tuesday that it is collaborating with Vertigo Entertainment to produce a film adaptation of the book.
cool.
So, I think it could be good. If it's done well,
Yeah.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
This
But like, how many Stephen King novels does that make turned into books? Like
All-
80%
all
of
of the
them.
movies.
yeah.
All of them. If
Well-
name a movie, it was a Stephen King.
Red
books.
Rose, I don't think got turned into a
No,
movie, but
Rose
I read
Madder.
that. I don't know. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I read that
No.
one book.
I don't know. It was probably a straight
Well,
to.
and also like a lot of his short
Lifetime movie.
A lot of
Yeah.
his short stories get made into movies too. Like Stephen King or Shawshank Redemption,
which is my favorite movie of all time. He wrote, and
Yeah.
it took me forever to realize he did. Then I was like, well, okay. I just
yeah.
Interesting.
Shawshank Prison features in a number of his novels.
Yeah.
All right, so
such a good
and
movie.
on a related note, so Derek, what year were you born?
87.
Shit. Oh no, I
Why?
did do 80. I did it right. Okay, yeah. All right. So, what do you reckon the best-selling book was the year you were born? Spoiler: you're not gonna be able to guess. I don't think Tanya's gonna be able to guess for us because I looked up. They did a list of like what was the best-selling book the year you were born.
It's funny you mentioned this.
like-
Just Friday at work, we did this, but for #1 best-selling songs for the day we were born. Mine was Bon Jovi, "Living on a Prayer."
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
you're halfway there.
Yeah. Well, when I read that, I was all the way there to happy.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. So in '85, the year I was born, and exactly 20 years after Tanya was born.
Jeez.
Notable bestsellers were "If Tomorrow Comes" by Sidney Sheldon, Family Album by Danielle Steele, Thinner by Richard Bachman, which is a pseudonym for Stephen King.
That's what I was about to
was
say.
made into a movie.
Yeah.
But the best, Blake Wobegon Days by Garrison Keillor, which I've read. Texas by James Michener, which I haven't read that, but I have read some James Michener. He writes these massive tomes that are all like Texas and Alaska.
I'm kind of
Stonehenge.
I'm interested in this.
Wilderness.
No, they're not bad. But the number one was Skeleton Crew by Stephen King, which is a collection of short stories. Was the best selling. So he had 2 of the best selling books that year.
Seems about right.
And that's actually why he started writing under Richard Bachman for a little while,
So that he could put 2 of them out a year?
more books out. Because at that point he wasn't quite Stephen King. I mean, he was still Stephen King, but he wasn't.
Holy shit,
Now,
Stephen King.
now he can put out whatever the fuck he wants, whatever the fuck he wants, and they'll be like, "Yes, sir, please, may I have another?" So in '87, notable bestsellers: "Windmills of the Gods" by Sidney Sheldon. That's two of them, 2 Sidney Sheldon books. I don't know who that is.
Neither do I.
"Fine Things" by Danielle Steele.
That's second Danielle
Second
Steele book.
Danielle
Yeah,
Steele.
well, I know her.
She's still writing stuff, I think.
Yeah,
question
she
mark.
is. Patriot Games by Tom Clancy.
Oh.
Yeah. Kaleidoscope by Danielle Steele. The Tommyknockers by Stephen King.
Yep.
Presumed Innocent by Scott Turow. And the number one bestseller was Misery by Stephen King. So again, he had 2.
In my defense, when you were like, "Oh, guess what?" I was just gonna say, "I don't know, something written by Stephen King."
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's a safe bet.
Yeah, it really, really is a pretty safe
My thing is, I've never read a Stephen King book, so I don't know.
You should.
Well, It's a whole thing, and it was.
I don't know which one I would recommend for you.
There's a whole story behind this that I won't go into now, but
Maybe Gerald's Game. I like Gerald's Game.
we'll talk it about it. Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought that was neat. It was a fun little article. It was like, what was the New York Times bestseller every year? Like, which book stayed number 1 on the charts?
The longest.
The longest. And all of these books were at least 4 weeks at number 1, apparently.
Nice.
So, yeah. This headline is Hugo It.
Oh, is it time for Hugos again?
Well, no, it's time to announce the winners
Yeah,
Okay.
actual winners.
of the Hugo.
Okay. Hit 'em. Hit me with them.
Mary Robinette Kowal's The Calculating Stars
Yo.
won Best Novel, which
I have
I've
that.
got.
I'm
Derek's
currently
got.
currently
Picked it up.
reading.
Okay, cool. I'm thinking I want to dive into that here pretty soon. Artificial Condition by Martha Wells took home Best Novella. That's a Murderbot series book that Bud wants us to read,
Okay.
or suggested that we read. If at first you don't succeed, Try Again by Zen Cho won Best Novelette. Haven't heard of that.
Okay. I mean, I've heard that phrase before.
Yeah. A Witch's Guide to Escape, a practical compendium of portal fantasies by Alex E. Harrow won Best Short Story.
I am all out on that. No, thank you.
Yeah. Best Series went to Becky Chambers' Wayfarers books. Mm-hmm. And also notable, well, I think possibly the most notable win on here was the best related work went to Archive of Our Own, which is a fan fiction website.
Oh,
So
yeah.
technically anyone who's ever posted a fan fiction story on there is now a Hugo winner.
That's cool.
But it went a long way to kind of legitimizing fan fiction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
On similar but not entirely similar, but it made me think of it because you mentioned this. So there's I can't remember where, but there's a wrestling promotion, I think in Japan, I think it might be DDT, but I can't remember for sure, has a belt that is like a goofy belt, and it's a 24/7, you can defend it anytime. And they always have like weird stuff going on with like cats accidentally pinning people and becoming champion, and then someone has to figure out
Love
how to
that.
pin a cat.
Love
Yeah.
that.
And all
Yeah.
this stuff. And at one point, the Squared Circle subreddit won the championship. So if you've ever posted on the subreddit,
Nice. Then
you are a champion.
I like it. I
So
like it.
I am a professional wrestling champion,
You should
everyone.
put that on your resume. Yeah, I briefly held the belt
Yeah.
of this wrestling promotion.
Just like the WWE has their Slammies every year where they
Yeah.
do an award ceremony. And for I think it was 2014, it was somewhere around there, they had loudest crowd reaction for one of the things.
Yeah.
And one of the podcast hosts for one of the podcasts that I used to listen to about wrestling, one of the guys was there in that crowd when it happened. So to this day, he's like, I'm a Slammy Award winning.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
I would do that.
Oh yeah.
I'd own it. Oh, I
Yeah.
talk about
Oh
this shit
yeah.
all the time.
No. I'm filled with regret now that I didn't write a fan fiction on this site, so I could put Hugo award-winning novelist Bob Magoo. 'Cause now I'd just be riding the hype train. Now,
Yeah, you can't. It's just
yeah. I'm not gonna do that. Quick little headline. I didn't get all the details on this, but Shay also sent it to me. But Jack Daniels is, for the 200-year anniversary of the state of Alabama, is releasing a commemorative single barrel bottle that's like Alabama U200, yay. It's not a special blend or anything.
Yeah, it's just a bottle.
It's
Cool
just
bottle.
a cool bottle.
Well, yeah, I think I've got a 200th anniversary thing license plate.
Yeah. So it's going to be. I looked. The only
I think
ABC
the word is bicentennial.
Yeah, well,
Boys. Bicentennial.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Well,
Elizabeth also sent us that.
Yeah.
And by us I mean me, and I never clicked on it because I was asleep.
Shameful.
Yeah,
But
well.
no. So thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Shay. Normally, when people send in stuff, it's stuff I've never seen, but that was the one time that I saw it, and then people sent it in. I was like, well, for once,
You were I'm on top of
for
things.
once, I'm on top of things. But yeah, no, and actually, they talked about it on NPR the other day.
Nice.
Or one of the talk radios, something like that. I heard a little bit about it.
Did
but
they say why they're doing? Is do they do this for every state when they?
I
turn?
bet you they do.
I
bet
just
you
never-
well, I don't know if they do it for every state, but I bet you they do a lot. If they see an opportunity for commemorative bottle. Oh, okay, yeah, let's do that. So
I'm in.
They probably
I'll
have
buy
a guy
one
whose job is to find opportunities like
for
that.
spiffy
and,
bottles.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
dig it.
but East Chase, the East Chase ABC store is the only ABC store in Montgomery that's going to get them.
Okay.
And I looked; they had the full list of AL.com had the list of every ABC store that would get them. That was the only one in Montgomery. A couple in Birmingham, some in Huntsville.
Is there one actually in East Chase, or is it that one on that road between my house and East Chase?
Yes. That.
It's that one.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
that's my favorite one to
good
go
one.
to.
Yeah,
the
good
ABC Select.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that place. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem.
All right. Yeah.
I definitely don't have a favorite liquor store.
Well, you actually have one closer to your house, but
Yeah,
the
but
selection- it's not a bad one.
No, it's not.
But the selection isn't as good as you're going to already be driving by the East Chase one anyway.
For the most part, and
Yeah.
I'll use that other one if I'm on my way somewhere and I don't really, and I know what I want.
Yeah.
I know it's going to be there.
They got
Otherwise,
they
I
got
wanna,
the standards. They don't have the fancy new stuff.
I mean, they've got my two favorites, which are Jim Beam Black and Woodford Reserve.
Yeah. So this headline is: "This seems safe."
I'm gonna guess no, it doesn't.
You think that I'd be talking about a Rianco product when I tell you this?
Oh,
when I'm
seems
not.
safe.
Okay.
Although I'm not. This could be a subsidiary of Rianco. I don't know. Scientists have produced vodka made from crops grown in the abandoned zone around the site of the Chernobyl nuclear explosion.
Wait.
What?
Yeah. Atomic, with a K, Atomic
Of
Vodka
course.
is the result of a 3-year research project conducted by an international team of scientists. Experts carefully analyzed the transfer of radioactivity to crops grown in the exclusion zone around the site of the Chernobyl explosion.
Considering the short reads for the month, this is interesting.
All right.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
was thinking the same thing.
But
I'm
we'll-
like,
but we'll-
okay.
Yeah, we'll get there.
This is thematically appropriate.
All right, so while some radioactivity was discovered in the grain, they say that the artisanal vodka itself is safe for consumption. And I quote, because distilling reduces any impurities in the original grain, the only radioactivity the researchers could detect in the alcohol is natural carbon-14 at the same level you would expect in any spirit drink. I'd call this high-quality moonshine. It isn't typical of a more highly purified vodka, but it has the flavor of the grain from our regional Ukrainian distillation methods. I like it, said Nazvit.
Did
Who's
he?
Nazvit? I don't know.
Did
but-
he then urinate like neon
Well, I think
green?
I think he was promptly hired by Rianco.
Oh, that sounds.
Okay, y'all laugh, but I think I want to get a case of this. I want to
Super-
figure out what my superpower
Oh, for
is.
superpowers?
Yeah.
And you figure you probably have to drink a whole case for it to kick in.
Probably napping is my guess.
I
I figured
was
it was just
unsuccessfully taking a nap earlier. I was too drunk to nap.
Your luck, you're gonna get your
Cancer.
your super.
My luck, I'm just going to get cancer.
Your superpower is going to be vomiting.
Yeah.
You know, I have not vomited
Exactly.
in years.
Exactly. So you've been saying that you're going to get all this stuff and drink it, and you're going to throw up, and then it's going to be like, you now have radioactive vomit. And it's not going to hurt you, and it's going to be really strong, but it's going to be disgusting.
It'll be orange, and then I can vomit it, and I can be in one of them
It'll be like
Tom Riddle books.
Be like puking a highlighter.
Yeah, basically.
I hope it's pink. And with French fry chunks in it.
Bob.
Pointed look at Bob.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That was somebody else.
So we got a new product from Marianco.
Yeah, we do.
Tell
New
me.
from Marianco. Summer road trips are a pillar of American society.
Yes, they are.
Don't let your need to visit geometrically pleasing government facilities for the purpose of conducting official liberty business be hampered by your routine biological functions with GastroStop. Now available in suppository. One golf ball sized supplement will prevent the need to urinate or defecate for a full 24 hours, allowing you to cover the vastness of America unhindered.
And then you'll
I need
die.
this.
See your local Rianco vendor today. Side effects have not been validated. As with all Rianco products and services, consumer assumes all risk and liabilities. Rianco, we won't stand in the way of you succumbing to the current idiocracy.
Okay, so we're getting ready to go to Dragon Con next week, and I feel like I need that because how much more can I get done if I'm not sitting there staggering around going, I got to find a bathroom in these 17 hotels.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Liberty business time that you waste in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Liberty
Love it.
business.
Liberty business.
I'm in the business of liberties. Take it from the top. I just bought the new Taylor Swift CD today.
I have heard that it is not as good as
I
the
need
last
you
one.
to shut your dirty whore mouth.
I heard that the last one was
But
disappointing and this one was disappointing. That's what I heard.
I love her it.
Well, I heard it was still.
Because the album's name's Lover.
I'll
I
take
love
your
her.
word
I love
for
her.
it. I
That's
just
great.
literally.
We were listening to it in the car because I couldn't drive myself home. So I was like, hey, bitch, pick me up, take me home.
I was
drunkenly. She made me take her to Target.
Yes.
And then the whole ride back from Target,
We listened to Taylor Swift.
And she knew although she just bought the CD, she
Mm-hmm.
already knew like every word to every song and was drunkenly singing them beside me. Mm-hmm. Also, I'm
Is
in
that
I'm in
your
a
car?
I'm in a loaner car right now,
Okay.
which is a not Bob-sized Ford Fiesta.
Yeah.
It is snug.
Not
I was-
party sized.
I was very confused when I pulled up.
Yeah, no. My car's in the shop getting its caliper replaced.
Not your hood replaced.
No.
No. Why would I do that? Hopefully they're fixing my air conditioner too. But
Well, that'd be nice.
I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna leave.
That's-
Get your new hood on the car.
that's fair. Well, it's a 2-person job, really.
There's 2 people probably at this place working.
True, but I didn't have the hood in the car, and the hood's in the backyard.
God damn it.
Now my car. I mean, there's 3 of us here. We could go do it, but my car's not here right now.
Ooh, do I
so-
count? I don't work. Outside is where the sweat is. I'm inebriated.
Well, we got Corey. I mean,
Yeah.
You put me and Corey together, maybe that's a person.
Maybe.
I got the height. Maybe he's got the mechanical skills.
maybe we'll just put this off.
Yeah, maybe we'll
again.
wait till I
Yeah.
get my car back.
Yeah.
That'd be the
Pay
best
somebody on Craigslist to come do it.
Well, I can do it. It's 2 bolts. All I got to do is take 2 bolts off. Put
It's
the
just
hood
too
on.
bulky for you to do it yourself.
It is.
Really,
It's too
just-
bulky. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So,
Yikes.
so let's talk about this news issue. So,
Ain't none.
ain't none.
No news. No news is good news.
Well, so here's kind of what happened. The month of September, it ain't none. I am busy. Me and Tanya are going to be gone to Dragon Con all next weekend, and then I'm going to New Zealand for a couple weeks, and just September is going to be super, super busy. And so everything's getting recorded way in advance. Like today, we're recording for this week, and we're having to record for next week because of
Dragon Con.
We'll be gone to Dragon Con. So we're doing multiple recordings. We're gonna have to do this quite a few times. Well, because of that, we can't do news. We can't do news for the future. I mean, we're good, but we're not that good.
We have
Rianco,
not yet
get on
gotten
that.
that. Yeah, so what I say we have not gotten that Rianco future goggles.
Right. So, because of that, and also, like when we look at our stats, our news episodes don't get as many listens. They do fine. Like if a normal podcast episode gets like 50 listens, they get like 40 listens.
Yeah.
But it's a noticeable drop. And the other thing is, it's not evergreen content. Someone who listens to the news from January, that's old news. Like someone just coming into the podcast, it's old news. It's not evergreen content. So we've decided that we are going to go to one episode a week, and it's just going to be the
Topic.
The topic. Now it'll be a little longer because we're not
topic.
completely doing away with news. But how we do news now is basically every Wednesday I patrol the internet trying to find enough news articles to last 30 minutes. And sometimes some things that maybe don't warrant our discussion slip in. But so now, if we had instigated this now, like the Hugos, that's very relevant. We would still talk about that. We would still bring up, hey, the Hugo Award winners were announced, yada, yada, yada. So every episode will probably have a little bit of news at the beginning, just, relevant stuff. But the actual weekly news episode is going the way of the dinosaur.
Which is to say it's going to turn into birds and fly away?
Yeah, it already is.
It's going to be free?
Yeah. But
free bird!
I was thinking, I'm like a bird. I'm going to fly away.
Yeah, I thought that too, but then I decided...
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, we just...
Yeah. I'm like...
No!
I want to fly away.
Never know.
Something where my
Something.
home is.
Stop, please, stop.
We
We can just free bird. Just free
Free
bird.
bird, yeah, that'd be better. Whoa! Play free bird.
Ow!
All right,
Play
so...
some Skinner.
But, we're
I'm always
also...
down for some Skinner.
We're planning on really... Because of that, since we're providing you overall less content, we're really going to try and step up our game. Everyone seemed to really like the Cyberpunk episode that we did, where we
I love the Cyberpunk
where we did a
episode.
super deep dive on a subgenre of fantasy. Next year, I've picked out 12 subgenres. Those take a lot more work
Yes,
than
they
an
do.
episode. So, but once a month, you're going to be getting one of those where we do a deep dive on. For next year, the plan is 12 different subgenres of fantasy. If we make it to the year after that, I think if I really work at it, I can get us 12 months of punks. I think there's at least 12 different
Steampunk,
cyber. Well, we've already done
Dieselpunk.
cyberpunk, dieselpunk, decopunk, biopunk, solar punk. I mean, there's a lot of punks out
Just
there.
seems like all
It's
the same
just
thing.
if I can find enough material to do a full episode on one of these very niche punks. But
And if not, I'll figure something out.
yeah, so anyway, so next year is going to be fantasy. So yes, we are bringing you less overall content, but the one episode a week that we do is going to be a little bit longer. and
Also,
we're gonna
Bob
try and-
says a little bit longer, but that's just... If we're going to be going a little bit deeper, that means I'm going to be talking twice as much.
Yeah. So
means it's going to
we're going
be
to
significantly
we're going to
longer.
try and just bring you, and we're going to try and kind of narrow our focus a little bit. Like right now, we're a general book podcast, but 85% of what we talk about is sci-fi and fantasy. But really, I mean, at the end of the day, we're a sci-fi fantasy podcast, and that's our wheelhouse. So going forward, we're going to try and be a little bit more on-brand sci-fi fantasy. So, of course, the next book that we're reading is not sci-fi fantasy. It's
Well, we can
Blood
read
Meridian by
whatever
Cormac Meridian.
our patrons,
Yeah.
whatever our patrons want us to read, we'll read.
Which I have finished Blood Meridian.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ride. It is Derek, I don't know if you're gonna like it.
When you say things like that, that makes me want to read it instead
well,
of
no, because
audiobook it.
you know how you're not a big fan of the protagonist kind of being passive.
Oh, God.
Well, you could argue that the protagonist even isn't the protagonist kind of deal.
Okay.
Like, there's an argument to be made there. Like, he's the protagonist for the first 3 chapters, and then he joins an organization, and then, the rest of the book, until, the last 2 chapters, is about this organization, basically. All the varied myriad players in this group going around doing things. And there are whole chapters where the main character's the kid. He's never named.
Well,
the kid.
I'm okay with the idea
Yeah,
as long as
we'll see.
as long as as a person that is a viewpoint is the one making action or taking action.
Nothing is ever. You never know what really people are thinking for the most part.
I'm okay with that.
So it's a very different kind of book. Yeah, you may love it.
Just
I
depends.
just don't know. I'm not sure.
I'm more intrigued. I've been struggling to get into the things that I've been reading
the
recently.
audiobook of-
and
of
I did
Blood
buy
Meridian.
the audiobook. The only problem with the audiobook thing is the same issue I'm having. I've got this I've got Jade War that I
Yeah.
really want to do, but I only have the audiobook version of it, and it's really hard for me to sit down and audiobook.
Oh, yeah, 'cause you don't have a drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I have to drive for work here in a minute, so
Okay,
that'll
great.
at least give me a couple
Yeah.
of hours.
No, Blood Meridian, it's good. Guys, if y'all aren't reading it, you need to be reading it. If you want to get in on the book, the bi-monthly book club. The Narrows episode drops this week, Friday. I think it drops Friday.
I think it's this week. Yeah. Friday.
Yeah, I think I got it set up to drop on Friday. So you've got till Friday to read The Narrows and participate in our group discussion on that. Travis
Just a
and
little
Riddle.
narrow window of time left.
Wow. But yeah, so let us know what you think about that. Let us, again, like, we're always on the look for good topics that y'all would like us to discuss, like good deep dives and stuff like that. Like, so hit us up. You know our email address, booksbeardsbooze@gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hit us up, leave us a comment on our Facebook page, all that jazz. Anyway, also, you have until Wednesday to read our short reads. The link is on booksbeardsbooze.com. Just go to the short reads section. It's the reads for August. They're tasty little numbers. Check them out. And yeah, in the coming week, as the shiny red sawdust covered tablecloth of your week wraps its arms around the table of your life, I hope that the sawdust is easy to clean up and you don't have to get the vacuum out for it, like I'm thinking I'm going to have to do. And may the blessing of the beard be upon you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for listening to this episode of Books, Beards, Booze. Our co-hosts are Bob, Derek, and Tanya. Our producer is Bob. For more information, visit our website, booksbeardsbooze.com. Follow our social media at Tales by Bob. If you enjoyed this podcast, please rate, subscribe, and share. Okay, bye.